Hey guys, we have okay, guys, we have our second speaker for the day. We have Naveen Bhaiya, our very own IG alumni. So let's get right into the topic, right? Life is a balancing act. We need to find the balance between work and play, richness and poorness, and so on. But when we're off balance, we go through what is called as ups and downs of life. Every human philosophical body, be it all the way from Buddhism. Buddhism had the principle of the middle way, and Taoism has the Confucianism has the doctrine of mean. This principle of work-life balance has existed since millennia. But even after so long, it's not just work and life. What we're looking at is balance between our goals and balance between having a fun and growing ourselves. I'm sure a lot of you might have faced some problems, be it in the campus or this online sem. So it would be great if you guys can type down a couple of balancing problems that you've had because of this COVID semester.
Hey, do you want me to take over?
Yeah, I mean, you can go ahead.
Yeah, so let me see the attendees. I have Varun, Kumar, Tanzila, Nikita, Rahul, Saurabh. I'm not sure how many people can turn your video on so that I can see you, but it's optional in case your background is not great. So we have just 16 people, excluding two of us. So hopefully we should retain the 16 people towards the end of the session. So before I proceed, I'll give you a quick introduction and I'll try to see how we can make this useful for all of us. Hey guys, my name is Naveen. I'm a graduate, an NIT Varangal alum, class of 2013 civil engineering. So for the first 3 years, I was part of this organization called Lakshya Foundation. And as a part of it, I'm also the founding member of Innovation Garage along with Anand Rajgopalan. So I worked there for 3 years. We set up the place and, the student body took over. And later I worked for a high growth startup where I set up a customer client relations team, you can say. And in last 1 year, I'm starting up on my own. In the next, in April, we'll be releasing our product. We're still in the beta phase. And we are a wellness tech company. Essentially, that's the path we want to take. So there's a lot of scope is there for people to strike a balance and take care of their wellness. So we want to empower people in their journey, through technology. So that's a bit about us. But this is all boring nonsense because at the end of the day, I want to know like why you're here, because like 18 or 16 people, you're not on Netflix, you're not on Amazon Prime for Mirzapur or whatever it is, Family Man. So you're here. It means that you have some question. So I'd love to hear any questions you might have asked about anything. I mean, I would suggest talk things about study life balance because you guys are not working as of now. Anything about the startup thing or your projects, your acads, like shoot. Even the host, I don't know, like maybe you can start. So in the chat section, maybe you can. It might be a little inconvenient for you to like speak out. Just type it out your question in the chat section. I'll just wait for 2 minutes. If there are no questions, probably I'll proceed. But I hope there will be at least one or two. So your 2 minutes starts now. 7:43. What's minimum viable? I mean MVP, minimum viable product. Okay. Thanks, Vamsi. Thanks for the question. You're the debut person. Or before that, we also have some other question. With online classes, it's hectic learning different things. I want to learn guitar. Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not seeing their name. Okay. Learning guitar is becoming a problem. That's a good question. What is MVP is a good question. Come on, guys. I'm surprised. Like, you don't have questions. Oh, two people. We were 18 before. Right now, we're 16. So, two people already dropped. So, it is just 1, 2, 3, another speaker. So, there are 13 people. So, all the 13 folks, thanks for staying till now. If you don't have any question in the next 1 or 2 minutes, we'll start. But the questions are coming. I want to learn it, but it's very difficult to carry on habits long term. Yeah, good. That's a very good question, Vamsi. Sorry, Malvika saying thanks for the question on habits because that is my specialization. I help entrepreneurs, create habits. In fact, some of them are NIT Warangal alumni. So I'll talk about them. So we are last for, yeah, all right. It's 7:45. So I'll start off with the questions and then get into any of the things which we want to discuss. The first question is, with online classes, it's hectic. I want to learn guitar. Can you suggest me what to do? So the thing that, first of all, it's a harsh thing on all of you, whatever is happening, because you're not getting that in-person interactions, and I'm pretty sure it's a hectic thing. So first of all, pat your back for going through this crisis, right? So that is very important. And the next thing is, the problem with any habit, in all my experience of coaching like thousands of students and like a lot of entrepreneurs, the problem with habits is you start very big. You try to smash all the mountains with a single hammer like a Thor. So that doesn't work. For example, if you want to learn guitar, you're not getting time. My question is very simple. Can you spend 5 minutes every single day just watching the videos of that learning journey? I'm not asking you to, start playing guitar. Like, can you just at least start your journey by just watching those videos? You might say, Naveen, silly thing, what is this? If I watch videos, will I get it? No. But you're keeping in touch with your habit. So that is the most important thing. Keep in touch with your habit, and then you have the weekends. Now, instead of like that 5 to 10 minutes, can you play one chord? Right? Try playing one chord for weekend. Then for 4 weeks, you have played like 4 times, right? Like you can say 4 chords or 4 times, right? If it is 4 times per 1 month, by end of 2021, how many times would you have been playing? Like, any answers in the chat section? I hope you are hearing. So you played 4 times per a week, right? Just 15 or 30 minutes. So how much time do you think you would have played in a year? This is the too calculus oriented question. I'm not sure. It is just 4 times per month. You have 12 months. It's like 48 times, right? So if you play the thing like for 48 times, don't you think you'll get better? In fact, you will. You'll definitely get better than the final year who's sitting there and thinking, oh shit, I didn't start in my first year, second year, and third year. I still didn't make it, right? So the problem is with the patience. You don't want delayed results. You want immediate results. So that's the first problem for whoever is asking that. How much ever hectic your schedule is, you can still find 5 minutes per day and half an hour per week, and you can, by end of a year, you will definitely get better. Unless you're greedy, you can make it. So that's the first answer. What's your MVP? I would suggest, go to Google. There's a lot of literature. But given that you asked a question, I'll quickly, share a quick input on that. MVP is minimum viable product, right? So I would encourage all of you to go and read about the story of how Instagram has been found, right? Right now, the Instagram which you're seeing has like tons of features, stories, feeds, likes, comments, whatever it is, right? A lot of influences are there. But go and read how Instagram was founded. It's a very, very bare bones product where you can upload images and, sort of create filters on them. That's pretty much it. The product didn't have so much complexity and the features like what it has right now. So the idea is you create a product which does the basic job. You need not have tons of features. You just do the basic job so that people can start using it. Once you get the feedback, iterate the features. Again, new users. Again, take new feedback, iterate. So essentially, minimum viable product is the first stage, right? You can say like a baby, like just how like a baby grows into like, see all of this thing. If you work well on your startup, it grows just like healthy, like how all of us have been. As simple as that. So MVP is minimum viable product, and most of the startups, most are MVPs at some point of time. Go and see Google's first page. It's clunky, it's cluttered, it's not great. go and see Facebook, right? Facebook is pretty basic. In fact, Facebook was just open only for universities at one point in time. So these are like MVPs. So create an MVP, take feedback. If it's well, pursue that idea. If it's not working, just ditch it. So that's the whole point in the startup circles. Yeah, the next question is like what your MVP is. Yeah, thanks, Vamsi. Like my company, we help people strike a work-life balance. We primarily are doing it right now through training sessions. And my MVP essentially right now is my time. Like we sit with the clients, understand what their challenges, and these. When I say clients, these are entrepreneurs who are running some multi-million-dollar startups because they have like a very unique set of challenges. A professor will have different challenges. Student will have a different challenge. Staff member. Similarly, in a startup, an employee and the founder will have an entirely different challenge. So currently, we work with these founders and executives like senior software engineers, product managers, and our MVPs within 3 months we help them reach their wellness goals. Mainly related to their physical fitness and emotional well-being. So that's our offering to the people, and we do through this one-on-one conversations. Like I said, ultimately we want to come to a point where we are reaching more people through tech. So in a way, you can say we are trying to create a sustainable habit tracking system because there is already a lot of habit trackers, but there are certain gaps. And the very fact that there are still a lot of people who are struggling with habits and not using the trackers means there is a gap. So that's the gap we want to fill. And yeah, that's mainly about what we're trying to do. I was trying to start learning a lot of new things, carry on habits long term. Malvika, I think I would suggest like Warren Buffett has this principle, like every year he sits and lists down 30 important things which needs to be done. And he from the bottom 25 he removes everything is out in the dustbin and he picks only the top 5, right? Very similarly, 1:5 ratio. If you are learning 5 things, I would suggest keep 4 things to the side for a time being. Pick the top 1 which you like, which you don't need much motivation, you have natural inclination, whatever it is. Say it can be like machine learning, you like it, or I can say you like music. Just taking 2 different examples. You have a natural inclination towards, right? So make sure you start off with those habits. One particular thing which you want to learn. Work for continuous 30 days. I challenge you, work on that one thing 30 days, how much ever time you wish for. It can be, 5 minutes a day or 15 minutes a day, you choose, but focus on consistency. That's how you can nail multiple goals. Because once you do it for 30 days, you get to a hang of it, then you can continue till you master it. Once you master one goal, pick the other one, right? Quite easily, you can master one goal for quarter of an year. So I answered Malvika. We always have this one belief when we start learning would be useful. My question is how to work on something for the long run when the short run shows you. Yeah, I think Inam, very good question. There's a lot of confusion because everything you learn, you have a fear that it might get outdated. So what I would suggest is in college you have like a lot of questions around the engineering part of it. I don't want to comment on it because there's a lot of debate about your engineering subjects. If you're computer science, no brainer, definitely go for it. If you're in the rest of the branches, learn the subjects for sure. If you know you're going for masters, even if not, if you're going for MBA, in your MBA, your CGPA matters. So you better study, irrespective of whether you like it or not, right? And next, I feel you guys, right? Like we since childhood, we have been learning a lot of things and we're always like, कब यूज करते हैं यार, like इसका सीन क्या है, like so it is valid. So there are a lot of skills which you can pick which are outside of your curriculum and which are important right now. For example, basics of a machine learning, Python, right? So anything with respect to coding, pick it up. Don't, irrespective of whether computer science or not, you guys need to pick basics of coding. I won't say like entirety, but basics, because in every field it's applicable. I know a civil engineering PhD candidate who uses Python to run some of his lab work, and same with rest of the stuff. So a biggest misconception is, oh, I'm not computer science, so let me not worry about code. It's stupid. Even kids nowadays learn code. It's not like we support it or not, but the point is, there are certain courses which are like useful for sure. Especially in the area of AI, machine learning, digital marketing. If you say that, hey, I'm not so into it, go for digital marketing, bro. Like, you can learn search engine optimization. You can learn how to run Google ads, because they're going to stay. Google is $1 trillion company which thrives on running ads. There is no way it will be outdated in the next, 4 to 5 years for sure, until Sundar Pichai tries something very wildly. So pick some areas which are useful for the industry. Go to online. There are a lot of areas. I mean, IG folks can also help you guide with some of those things. So yeah, if you have any follow-up questions, I'd love to have. So this is the gist of it. So hopefully I held, like, except for myself, all the 13 students who are here. Were my answers useful? I would love to see if it is useful. Just type yes in the comment section. So that I understand, okay, I'm making sense. Thanks, Murali. Thanks, Prateek. Thanks, Vamsi. So I made sense for 3 people, 10 people. It's like half of, and I wish I could do better, guys, but yeah, that's my best. Thanks, Varun, for adding to the score. 4 people. I have like 4 more. Yeah, brilliant. So thanks, guys. Thanks, Rahul, and rest of the other folks. Rahul, the name is kind of special to me, and I'll give you an example. In the meantime, feel free to dump more questions. I'd love to answer all the questions you have. So, Rahul, there is this guy called Rahul. It's Rahul Agarwal, right? Okay, this guy's name is Rohit Agarwal. So this was like 5 years back. I was working on campus. So one student comes in his first year, and he tells that, Bhaiya, I'm in civil engineering. I want a branch change. Can you tell me what to do? So then I told him, yeah, I can tell you what to do, but you need to stick to it. Otherwise, I won't tell. He's like, no, I want to do this. Give me the formula. And I told, it's just you need to be consistent, and I'll tell you what are the things you need to be consistent with. Daily, you need to show up in the class, go to the class, don't bunk, right? 100% attendance unless you have health concerns. Make notes, whatever the professor is teaching, make notes. If the professor is telling 1 + 1 = 1000, write it down. Debate it later, but write it down, right? Write the notes. The third thing is, every day for 30 minutes, just skim through what is told. You need not read or anything, just skim through what is told. Nothing much, nothing less. And he did it. He did it religiously, guys. Trust me, I don't know how many people have tried the consistency challenge. Pick up anything and be consistent for a long time on your own. It is very, very, very difficult. But this guy stuck for an entire semester. And, this is a natural outcome. He is the topper in his class. He got a branch led to mechanical. He went on to work for a PSU, now working for a startup. He got 9-pointer. He got a couple of scholarship. He interned at ITC and all. But more than anything else, he stuck to the consistency for one whole freaking semester. And in my gut, if you do all these 3 things, attend class, write notes, if you're a normal person, you will get 9-pointer. If you have any challenges in terms of absorbing and all, you will get 8-pointer, because the very fact that you're NIT Warangal, you're at NIT Warangal, means you already crossed probably 1 million people and landed here. It is silly for some of us to reach 6, and I'm a 6-pointer. I didn't know any of this stuff, right? So it's okay to be a 6-pointer, but you can change. And I challenge you guys, anybody who wants to try this, do these things. And if you don't get a whatever 8.5 and above, just come to me and I'll pay you like 5 or 10,000, because you took my word and invested your time, not because I have excess money or not. With startups, so we're still cash strapped. But I'm so confident that if you try this and don't get it, like, come to me at the end of semester, show me all the work, and I'll give you 10,000 rupees for all the work you have invested as a token of respect, right? So that is the power of consistency. So, given that Agarwal's name came, and this was a student I mentored quite some time back, so I'm talking about it. And I have 3-4 minutes. I don't, Avinash, right? The organizer. I didn't get your name.
Yeah.
Hey Avinash, how much time do I have, or are you done?
You can have 3 more minutes. That would be fine.
Okay, I just have 3 more minutes, so I'll just talk about probably one or two stories, and I'll end up because there's no questions. Are you guys able to view my screen? Clicks the application tab while
Yeah,
sharing.
we can see your screen.
Okay, are you able to see this Facebook? I mean, this photo?
Yep, yeah, we can see that.
Yeah. So this guy's name is Rahul. This guy's name is Arad. This is from Innovation Garage page I'm picking. It's not my own page as well. This is in 2016, guys. This is in 2016. These guys in a very same building, which you see on campus, which seems like a glass building. But fast forward 4 years, this is Epic Bikes, and you might have seen the startup. I guess there has been a this thing. If you see, like right now, everybody sees this website. They go to the team and they're like, "Oh, these guys made a startup. Oh, nice and all. Oh, just a cycle and a battery. No, what's the big deal?" Arad, Rahul have quit their well-paying jobs, bet their future, worked day in and day out. It's not about the risk. It's not about all this startup frenzy and all. That's not the core. They worked day in and day out for 4 continuous long years. Today, they're setting up a facility in Hyderabad. They're manufacturing bikes. They got all these people on board. These are not ordinary people. These are people from IAMs, fast-moving startups. And they've slogged for 4 years. And before this 4 years also, there was a ton of work, right? So that is the power of consistency. Whatever I'm talking about to you is not a joke. It's not some fancy theory. It is implementation. And I have been at NIT Warangal for more than a decade since I entered that place, graduation plus setting up this whole thing and all. Guys, I have seen people, in the words of Bruce Lee, these are no great intellectuals. These are ordinary people like you and me, but insane focus. The focus is just like a laser. Can you guys see this photo? Avinash, can you see this?
Yeah, we can.
So here you can see another startup. This is Padma ma'am, who's like one of the backbone for Innovation Garage. And everybody who's known about Innovation Garage should know about this person. This great man, Anand Rajgopalan, was the guy who envisioned that students need a better facility. We all, I mean, especially I'm thankful for he giving me the opportunity to be a part of this. He is the visionary who built a lot of amazing things. Currently, he's absorbed by the government of Telangana to run their hardware incubator. Like a phenomenal person, a visionary for NIT Warangal, I would say. Like the person who saw the dreams of students, as his own dreams. And coming back to, you see this person, Somaranjan, Anirban, Abhinav. This is again at 2016. They were students. They didn't go for their placements. Again, I don't want to glorify this not going for placements in startup scene. That's not my point. The point is about consistency, putting in work day in and day out, right? And yeah, 4 years down the line, they're an amazing startup. You can see about them. They raised a couple of maybe $1 or $2 million, and working down the line. So, and yeah, even Amarjot, you might have seen, right? Like one person has told. Shiv Sharma sir has told about Amarjot. You can see Amarjot is this person who is a CEO of a company. He graduated from Stanford. Amazing person. But Amarjot is also part of our network still. And this is the tracking sheet of Amarjot, like just for internal reference. Pomodoro is working 20 minutes. So this is Amarjot's goals. A, B, C, D is the goals he has here. A, B, C, D. So daily exercises, he has a streak. Daily he meditates. This is his streak. He works more than 12 focus 20 minutes. So one Pomodoro is focused 20-minute session. So this is how he tracks. So again, if you see, this is consistency. This is also Surya, another alum whom we are working with as part of our job here. But yeah, like the end goal is consistency. And I'll share my website link. You can see multiple stories of alumni from NIT Warangal. Everybody, guys, everybody. They're like entrepreneurs, software engineers at Goldman Sachs, product managers. But at the end of the day, they're doing well because they picked few habits related to health and self-growth, and they have been grinding it day in and day out. If there is one thing I want everybody to keep in mind, pick that one thing and do it for 30 days to start off. I'm not even telling like long, do for 4 years and all. Pick one thing, do it for 30 days. And if you're not seeing results, I would love to do a 30-minute one-on-one session. Like, Naveen Bhaiya, I didn't get the results. Damn you cheated me. Come on, like, then I'll sit with you and I'll straighten things up. But try for 30 days, and I want to see your effort before, getting into that call. So, yeah, that's one thing. And I'll just answer one last question and I'll wind up, Avinash. What's your suggestion on striking a balance or learning from SD role to PM domain work to a startup? What is your suggestion on striking a balance or learning from a SD role to a PM domain? I didn't get the question answered exactly, but maybe I'll sync up with you after the call, given that there's a paucity of time. I'll stop my screen share. Yeah, I think there is also another speaker waiting. So with due respect to the time, thanks guys. All the best. Stay in touch. That's my website. You can connect me with on LinkedIn.
Thanks a lot, Naveen. And I'm sure all of our participants here will try out the 21-day focus challenge. And I think Impact Tank's the best day for you guys, best time for you guys to implement what Sir has said and Naveen Bhaiya has said. If you guys are up for it, we at Impact Tank, at least the early birds, can try this 21-day everyday learning challenge where we sit down and discuss if we've learned something new every day for the next 21 days and actually tab it down. This will also make our whole program a more learning-oriented program, and I think that would add wonderfully to whatever we are doing, and we'll definitely include that, Naveen. Thanks a lot. Right, we'll move on to the next speaker, guys. Our next speaker is Sushil. We'll be back here in like 2 to 3 minutes. Please bear with us.